Soul Brothers Podcast presents.
At some point, culture stopped being something we discovered and became something that discovered us. I mean, before curiosity even forms, before you consciously know what you're interested in, it's already there, suggested, ranked, and waiting for you. We used to shape culture. Now culture is shaped by attention. And attention isn't neutral anymore. It's tracked, measured, and sold. Algorithm doesn't measure meaning, it measures how long it can keep your attention. And quietly, without us noticing, that became the most important question. Today's episode isn't about social media. It's about power, identity, and it's about what happens when culture becomes software.
You are now listening to The Cost of Culture.
Welcome back to The Cost of Culture. If this is your first time listening, thank you. Thank you so much. This podcast exists to break down the things we celebrate, consume, and share, and ask the question we rarely slow down long enough to answer. What is this really costing us? I'm your host, Christopher, and today's episode is about a shift that's already happening. The algorithm. The algorithm isn't reacting to culture anymore. It is culture now. Culture used to come from people, from neighborhoods, from communities, from scenes and movements. Music didn't come from playlists. It came from lived experiences. Fashion didn't come from drops. It came from necessity and expression. And ideas spread because people believed in them. Now culture comes from patterns, from data, from engagement metrics, and retention charts. The algorithm doesn't understand context, it understands behavior. And if you don't know what algorithm means...
An algorithm is a data tracking system in which an individual's internet search history and browsing habits are used to present them with similar or related material on social media or other platforms.
And again, the algorithm does not understand context, it understands behavior. And when behavior becomes the foundation of culture, meaning just becomes optional. Now, I don't know about you, but lately it feels like we've confused speed with importance. Just because something travels fast doesn't mean it deserves longevity. Viral moments don't build culture. And I'm gonna say that for the people in the back. Viral moments don't build culture, people. They just interrupt it. They reward reaction, not reflection. That's why nuance disappears. That's why everything feels so extreme. And that's why discourse feels exhausting. The algorithm rewards emotional activation, not clarity, not wisdom, and definitely not depth. And here's where it gets personal. We don't just consume culture anymore, we perform it. Think about it. Our opinions become content, our lifestyles become branding, and our values become engagement tools. I mean, people aren't asking, who am I? They're asking, what version of me performs best online? I mean, I definitely push, be yourself, stay authentic. Don't try too hard. Because when you try hard, authenticity turns into strategy, and strategy turns into burnout. Now, mind you, burnout isn't a personal flaw, it's just the cost of always constantly being visible. And before we keep it going, this episode is brought to you by a pair of Thieves. If you care about comfort, quality, and wearing things that actually feel good all day, Pair of Thieves gets it right. Underwear, socks, everyday essentials that don't feel stiff, cheap, or disposable. Just clean design, breathable fabrics, and comfort that lasts. Right now, you can get 15% off your order by using promo code BC-ChristopherH368. Again, that's BC-Christopher Christopher H368 for 15% off. Because comfort matters, especially in a culture where everything never slows down. Their link will be in the description. So here's something we don't talk about enough. Did you know you can train your algorithm? Yes, people, I'm going to say it again. You can train your algorithm. Think about it like this. Every follow is a signal. Every watch is permission. So with that being said, if culture is being shaped by data, we should be intentional about what data we feed it. That means supporting pages that are rooted in real culture and not just content. And before we get back to this episode, I want to put you onto a page that really understands culture, because food and sneakers have always gone hand in hand. Cuisine is run by the husband and wife duo of Michael and Dulce, and they are out in the streets hitting real local food spots and trying the dishes that people actually order. Not talking about the tourist picks, not talking about the watered down menu items, but I mean real street food, local favorites, and I'm talking real to-go plates. They break down the flavors, the vibes, and the full experience, all while rocking the latest in footwear. Can't go wrong with that. Fresh kicks, real food, real culture. And this isn't just about what's on the plate. It's about how culture shows up through taste, style, and the places that people really eat. If you care about discovering real food spots, sneaker culture, and authentic cultural experiences in a whole, follow Cuisine on Instagram. This is absolutely something that should be in your algorithm. Their link will be in the description. And while we're talking about culture, visuals matter just as much as anything else. There's a creator I want to highlight, Joseph from Our Media CA. Now, if you're tired of safe visuals, safe edits, and content that feels like it's just made to be scrolled past, go check out his work. What Joseph is doing is raw, unfiltered storytelling. Gritty, textured, and most importantly, real. Heavy edits, dark frames, grunge-style energy that pulls you right into the mood. This isn't content made just to perform well online. This is visual culture, this is expression, and this is someone that's creating from feeling, not just metrics. So if you care about underground culture, raw storytelling, and visual energy, tap in with Joseph at iMediaCA. That's AH_media_CA. Because like everything else, this is culture. And this is definitely something that you're going to want in your algorithm. His link will also be in the description. So let's be honest. This system works perfectly well. For someone, platforms profit from attention, advertisers profit from emotion, and data companies profit from behavior. And with that, creators get burned out, audiences feel numb, and culture becomes disposable. When everything becomes content, nothing else feels sacred. And real culture moves slow. It doesn't optimize cleanly, it doesn't scale perfectly, and it doesn't perform well in metrics. It lives in conversation, community, and memory, not dashboards. And that's exactly why it matters. The algorithm didn't steal culture, we just rented that shit out. And the cost is attention, emotional energy, and identity. So the question isn't how we beat the algorithm, the question is how intentional are we willing to be? What we follow, what we support, and what we allow in our feeds. If this episode resonated with you, share it with someone who also feels burnt out by digital culture. If you want to keep the conversation going, follow the show on Instagram at The Real Cost of Culture. This podcast right here, The Cost of Culture, should also be in your algorithm. All brands mentioned today in this episode will be in the description. I'm your host, Christopher, and this has been The Cost of Culture. Peace.
Like, subscribe, and follow The Cost of Culture.